All right, so let's jump right into posts. Posts are the articles on your site. This is all about what blogging is about, is this section right here. So over here on the left-hand side, you're going to see posts. If you want to create a new post, you come over here. If you click on post, you will see a little flyout like you do with some of these other ones. Or if you just click on post, you're going to go to all posts and you're going to see them all drop down over here. So by default, WordPress puts in a post called Hello World where there's some basic information in it, basically a placeholder, something for you to take a look at. Now spammers are looking for this page title, this post title right here. So I typically trash it pretty much right away, but we're going to use this as an example to see some of the different options for posting. All right, so let's jump right into it here. So Hello World is the title. I can either click on that or I can click on the edit to edit that post. Or if I just know I want to add a new one, I can come up here to the add new and just create a new blog post that's completely blank. But if I mouse over this, you're going to get a couple different options. I can either edit the full post, which lets me do everything. I can do quick edit, where we can take a look at, it's going to show me just some of the basic things that I can edit. I can edit the title, when it gets posted, I can give it a password, I can give it a category, some different things like that that I can do. Everything basically except for editing the article itself. So that's the quick edit. Now here in a minute, I will trash this. I will delete it. I'm going to put that in there. So I'm going to click on the trash in a bit. Or if I just want to go view the post itself, like where the world would see it as opposed to me in the back end would see it, I can click on view and actually go see the post live. For right now, let's go ahead and hit edit so we can just see kind of what's going on before we get rid of this one. And you can see it gave it a title by default. So this is what the world is going to see as the title of the article. So we're going to type that in up there. And here is our editor window. This is what you're going to use to edit your article. This is very similar to like Microsoft Word, where you can go in and maybe select a little bit of text here and you can make it bold or italicized. Maybe you wanted to have some of this text here be a bulleted list or a numbered list, something like that. Again, very similar to Word. You should be very familiar with something like this. I can also align all my copy left, right, centered. I can select a word and I can add a link to it. I can go ahead and link that off to somewhere else if I wanted to. I can type in the URL and just hit apply. If you're not seeing all this information by default, you get one row, usually kind of by default by WordPress. If you click on this little icon right here, it gives you a second row, gives you some extra information here. So maybe I can highlight that text and I can change the color of it to be a weird green. Maybe I want to add a weird symbol, like maybe one of the letters in the Spanish alphabet or the copyright symbol. I can click on this guy right here and I can choose any of these characters. So there's copyright. I can do that. I can indent it. I can undo some of the work that I've done so far. So it really gives you all the basic information to be able to edit your copy right in here. But this is the body of the article. This is where everything is going to go. You could also add images. You could click on this and you could start to drop in photos or video or audio or PDFs or any kind of thing that you can use for people to be able to download or see is going to go right in there. Now some other information that you're going to see right up here under the publish area, this is how the article gets published. We can either say update and go live with it, or you can say, maybe I want to say this is already published. I can click on edit. I can set this back to draft mode, so only I can see it in the back end. People on the front end of the website aren't going to see this. For right now, I'm going to keep that published. I can also change the visibility of it to be public, which is everybody, or I can say it's password protected. So if I click on that, I can actually just add in a password, 1234, and now people have to enter that before they can read the article. So that's kind of cool. Maybe it would give maybe your dedicated members of your website, or valued readers, you can give them a password protected area to get some extra information or a download or something like that. That can be kind of nice for that, but for this case, I'm just going to set that to public. I can also set this to publish in the future or in the past. I can say that I want this is today's date. I can say that, this article should actually have been live 2 days ago. Or I can say, just wait for 2 days and publish it then. So I can schedule it. But for right now, I'm good with keeping this as today's date and hit OK. And actually the date is in the future because I had my time zone incorrect in the beginning when I first did this. So we'll say OK. Now that changes it. Now it's update. So I can go live with it right now. I can also go in and change the category. So if I've got several different categories that this blog is going to go under, this post would then just fall into one or multiple categories. By default, WordPress creates this uncategorized category, which I hate, so I always get rid of that, and then I choose whichever category fits this article best. I can add some tags to it. Now, these are kind of like hashtags. It's a way for people to be able to find information on your website quickly. So if you had a bunch of posts on marketing or sales or whatever the case was that was applied to certain articles, separate from the category. Maybe this was very specifically about Google marketing or whatever, so you wouldn't have a category for that, but you may have a tag for that. So there could be a place on your website where people could see all those different tags and click on those to see all the articles that have that same tag in it. Now, the last thing is a featured image. This is the large image that usually appears at the top of a blog post. So I can click on that just like I could the media area. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of set a default image that I grabbed here real quick. And I can see that just by dragging and dropping that uploaded right there. You know, it's probably too big. I still got to save that one down. All right, so I'm going to just add a featured image here. I got one on my desktop. I'm going to click and drag over to WordPress. And it's going to go ahead and upload that for me. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and upload an image. Click on the featured image. I'm going to drag it from my desktop to the image area, and I'll say set featured image, and you should see it appear right down there. So I'm going to hit update. Now what's cool is we can just click on, usually I hit command or control, click on the link right up here so I can go visit that article. I'm going to click on that, and you can see I've got my featured image up here. I've got my blog article down here. I've got the default comment that WordPress put into there, and I've got some widgets over here, and this is all stuff that we're going to go in and customize and kind of edit here in a little bit. Kind of ugly right now, but at the same time, we just installed WordPress, and we've got a completely functioning website, styles, images, everything's super easy to do. Not a lick of code we've used so far. So a lot of potential here, a lot of cool stuff going on. We're going to get ready to go into pages next and some other cool stuff, so stick with me.